Hello and welcome to tonight's LOL Esports Roundup. We're going to cover the LCS series from last night between C9 and NRG, as well as the series that just finished up between Team Liquid and Golden Guardians. I wanted to find a different transition. As well as those LCS games, I will cover the LCK playoff series that occurred Sunday morning. Predictions, I'm 266 and 128. I figured I was watching these highlights, and there was a massive pause and remake in this series. And so after I watched the VODs and highlights or whatever from these two series, I was able to actually watch Game 5 of Team Liquid Golden Guardians in its entirety, which was nice. And we'll go over that. So, LCS, NRG, C9. C9 win 3-0. I thought NRG would put up a fight because NRG somehow had put up a fight against all these teams with winning records all split long. Did not happen, as Eminez led the way as MVP, 17, 11, 25, 36% of damage. Berserker, 18, 5, 21 at 80 carry. Palafox, 11, 9, and 25, 31% of damage for NRG. This was not clean. Games 1 and 3, NRG definitely put up a fight. We're in contention to win in the mid game. Definitely, we're not behind by very much, but C9 would out team fight them. Berserker being a big reason why. However, Eminez, I felt like in lane was dominant, really getting ahead of Palafox, and then also solo killing FBI multiple times, like getting quite a few solo kills actually in this series, if I recall, on the Tristana and KT really sticking out to me as two champions that he looked very dominant on. NRG, when they had success, especially in Game 3, it was due to Dokla. That was the one time Dokla I thought popped off. Budge on the Jacks looked really good. Arguably, Game 1 MVP. Game was close. There was a team fight topside River, probably around Baron by that time. And Fudge had a triple kill on Jacks. They put Blabber on Sejuani duty for this series. I think he played Sejuani twice, Rel once. So giving that look once more of a facilitator-oriented jungler, which we've seen now that Blabber can do both this season. So, they're playing back and forth, making themselves unpredictable, and that's a good thing out of C9. Eminez, like I said, was very aggressive, doing a lot of work. However, that does cause him to die a lot, 11 times in 3 games. There was definitely moments where you kind of scratch your head and say, am I really going to make him MVP over Berserker? And then in the end, I ended up going with him because 36% of the damage, that's a significant portion. And I thought he played very, very well. It's a 3-0. What do you really expect, right? I thought FBI team fought well at times, which kept NRG in contention in the 2 games that they played. The games 1 and 3 that they played well in. The result isn't a super big shocker, but I think that 3-0 is misleading once more for C9. I did see on Twitter people saying, oh, C9 baited NRG because they played it poorly against EG, so NRG took it lightly on C9, which is why C9 3-0'd them. I don't think that C9 actually blew out NRG. Like I said, I thought, actually 2 of these 3 games were close. So I thought that was pretty silly. Team Liquid and Golden Guardians. So first 4 games were played. They played Game 5, got through about 14 minutes. Forced to remake. The game was not lopsided by very much, if at all. Golden Guardians had a slight gold lead. TL had 2 Drakes and a couple kills. So it was relatively close. So they had to remake. And TL win Game 5 after the remake. So Pioshik was MVP. 28, 11, 26. He had a pentakill on Viego. APA 10, 14, and 22 in mid lane. He led in damage at the time in which Game 4 was complete. I don't have the stats yet for this, and who knows when I'll get them, given that Game 5 was a remake. Sometimes it takes a while, and I ain't waiting for that. Stixay 29, 14, and 14 in the loss. He put up quite a fight. Game 5, it was Gory who hinted his face off and lost them this series. Getting picked off on Tristana multiple times in the side lane. I like Tristana because of the W. I like the Tristana because of the Buster shot. They can just get people out of your face if you want. And he found a way to die in the side lane multiple times, get caught out in team fights, and completely threw this game. River also got caught out one time on Sejuani, which was pretty egregious in Game 5. And Licorice and Stixay just couldn't do enough, as Yeon looked very good on the KSA in a key team fight, I think over second Rift Herald. You know, APA on the Nico, very impactful. Throughout this series, he found a lot of damage. To be honest with you, a lot of good setup. Pioshik on the Viego 3 times, he played very well, without a doubt. I mean, pentakill, and then games 4 and 5, he did work. This was almost a reverse sweep angle, because TL did win games 1 and 2, Golden Guardians 3-4, but in the end, they didn't. You know, more I think about it, I think River Gory, like I've always said, they go as far as River Gory can take them. And today, in Game 5, River Gory did not show up, and that's why they lost. In terms of top side, I thought Licorice was better than Summit, which was a surprise. I mean, going into the last game, I mean, Summit made his KDA look better, but it was like 4-17 and 11. He looked pretty bad, in my opinion. Very suspicious TPs. Now they're going to play NRG. We'll see how that goes this time around. But he can't play like that again, I don't think, and beat NRG. Trying to think more here. So mid lane, APA found ways to be impactful. Gory found ways to be impactful in a bad way. Pioshik, Penta, River, meh. Bot lane, like I said, I thought Yeon had really good KSA plays, but also throughout this series, I thought, you know, Stixay was the better of the two. I thought Stixay, Huhi were better than Yeon, Core, JJ. And yeah, so they find a way to win in Game 5. LCK, KT, HLE, KT win 3-0. BDD was my MVP. Aiming 14-1, 16, 30% of damage. Lahens 2-1, 29. So the bot lane went 16-2 and 45. Zeka 5-7-2, 32% of damage in the loss. HLE had 7 kills in the series. So when you see Zeka with 5, that says a lot, doesn't it? Completely railroaded. Completely railroaded. Keen not able to find, I mean, advantages over Kingen, which is unfortunate because that is a matchup KT needed to win. Keen. Well, I mean, in the end, I still don't think he had massive advantages over Keen. He might solo killed Kingen once. Otherwise, I didn't think Keen was like the difference maker in this one. I thought BDD was. He went topside, especially. I think Game 3 on the Annie one sticks out to me. He roamed ahead of Zeka, was able to impact that matchup after Cuz already did. Cuz on the Viego in this series looked excellent. Viego becoming quite a powerful pick for players that know how to play it right now. I thought that his setups were really nice. I mean, BDD, I thought, like, even on the Azir looked good. Game 1, he looked good. There's no doubt that, you know, BDD was the MVP. He's setting everything up. And I mean, once they had a slight lead, aiming and the Hens did work when it was a 5v5. Viper, Life, nowhere to be found. Zeka, I mean, 5 of 7 kills. I mean, what are you going to do? Their DPM was like half as much as KT's in this series. It was an absolute blowout. Makes you wonder if KT should have picked HLE over T1. There's an argument to be made there, especially given the results. Grizzly, struggling mightily. I said it, and I've said it again, and I keep saying it. HLE might not go to Worlds. I'm going to tell you right now. The way Grizzly is playing right now, HLE might not go to Worlds because he's getting completely gapped in a terrible way. And I know D+ left a sour taste in our mouth, but D+, I would say have a good chance against HLE because of what I just said. You know, the whole jungle thing. I mean, I understand the HLE's done well into D+, but the fact is I don't think that Grizzly's playing well enough right now to, you know, warrant much of anything at all. Just very, very, very bad lately. So that's it for the roundup. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter. Hope to see you again tomorrow.